Hello and welcome to the Room of Randomness.
Today we're talking about one of our favorite topics, Pokémon.
Though we're gonna flip the script a bit to talk about my least favorite of this topic, specifically evolutions. For anyone who didn't read/understand the title of this video, this isn't a list of my least favorite evolutions based on the Pokémon themselves, rather the methods by which they evolve.
Even as early as the Gen 1 games, there have been more ways to evolve a Pokémon besides just leveling it up, including trading, stones, and other such methods.
However, as the years have passed, fewer new generalized methods have come out in favor of ones designed for specific Pokémon. And in my opinion, a lot of them suck.
Aww, come on! They're really cool and creative, not to mention that they oftentimes reflect the Pokémon's lore as well.
You see, I could get behind that if the games actually told you what these methods are. Typically, aside from NPCs that give you an item that evolves a specific Pokémon, the games rarely, if ever, really give you any indicator on whether or not your Pokémon even can evolve, much less how. The closest we've gotten is the Alola Pokédex, which groups Pokémon of the same evolution line together, regardless of if the entry's blank or not.
But can't people just consult the all-knowing Google if they want to know?
Personally, I think reliance on outside intel is a failure in game design. Regardless, today we're counting down my top 5 least favorite Pokémon evolution methods. Ursaring into Ursaluna.
In order to evolve Ursaring, you must use a P-block on it during an in-game full moon. At the time of this video, it is only possible in Pokémon Legends Arceus.
Right off the bat, this is low on the list because before you even encounter an Ursaring or even a Teddiursa, you will meet an Ursaluna as part of the plot, so newbie or not, you can intuit that Ursaring evolves in this game.
In fact, said Ursaluna becomes a ride Pokémon that you can use to dig up rare items.
The reasons this goes on the list, however, are A, the Peep Block is very rare even among the items you can dig up using said ride Pokémon, and B, the fact that you have to wait for a full moon.
Fortunately, if the moon's not full, you can always advance time to the next night using a base camp.
Which is another reason why it's so low on the list, but it's still annoying. Gimmighoul into Gholdengo.
In order to evolve Gimmighoul, you have to have 999 happy coins in your possession.
And that right there is enough to get it on this list. You find these coins on Wild Gimmighoul, either the ones standing alone, which give you a single-digit amount, or the far less common ones in chests that give you a double-digit amount. To say this Korok bullshit is time-consuming is an understatement.
At least you do get a pretty good Pokemon out of it, unlike actual Koroks that award you literal bullshit.
True. And since Gimmighoul coins are the only Pokemon drop item that can't be used to make TMs, while not obvious, you can still intuit they have some other purpose. Nincada into Shedinja.
In order for Nincada to evolve, you simply have to level it up to level 20.
But that's just evolving it into Ninjask. Care to mention how Shedinja gets involved?
Oh yeah! In probably the most unique form of branched evolution, if you have an empty slot in your party when Nincada evolves, a Shedinja will appear as well.
And therein lies my problem. Any Pokemon trainer worth their salt isn't gonna have less than a full team of 6 if they can help it.
But most trainers in these games never have 6 Pokemon.
And they ain't worth salt. The only thing keeping me from putting this higher, other than the absolute bullshit that is the last two, is the fact that between Nincada showing up pretty early on in Gen 3 and the bug typing's famously low evolution levels,
Larvesta would like to have a word.
That's an outlier and you know it. My point is, I can see a situation where a player could evolve Nincada and just happen to have an open slot, but it's unlikely given how many different Pokemon you can encounter before that point. Galarian Yamask into Runerigus.
Okay, I'm checking my notes here, and this can't be right.
Oh, it is.
In order for Galarian Yamask to evolve, you must pass through the stone gate in the wild area after it has lost 49 or more HP from a single attack without fainting or having fainted for any other reason.
What really gets me about this convoluted as fuck evolution method is how unnecessary the whole thing is. A lot of these unique evolution methods exist as a way to explain new evolutions to old Pokemon. However, this is a regional variant of Yamask. There's no reason it couldn't evolve by leveling like its Unovan counterpart.
Not to mention, if they ever want to bring it back in future games, they either have to work in this stone structure somewhere, or change the evolution method anyway.
It is so dumb, but not as dumb as... Inkay into Malamar.
You're kidding. Compared to Galarian Yamask, this is so simple. All you have to do is level it up to 30 with your system upside down.
Oh, is that all?
I mean, it makes sense given that Malamar is an upside down squid and everything.
So? We don't literally flip Voltorb upside down to get an Electrode.
I still don't get what the big deal is.
Here's the thing. With every other entry on this list, yes, even Galarian Yamask, I can see someone accidentally stumbling their way into these evolutions. They are highly unlikely, which is why they're on this list to begin with, but possible. But what possible reason could a player have for holding their system upside down, other than specifically to evolve Inkay?
Well, this is a kid's game, and sometimes kids play handhelds or read books hanging upside down off the edge of their bed.
Oh, you don't just have to hold it upside down. No. You have to hold it
Perfectly vertical, Morty. Perfectly fucking vertical.
And the sad thing is, as with this entire list, it wouldn't bother me so much if the game just told you. But with Inkay, even Pokemon Go doesn't tell you that you need to hold your phone upside down, and that game tells you how everything else evolves!
Feel better?
Yes, actually.
Good. If you guys have any Pokemon evolution methods that you hate, feel free to put them in the comments.
I'm the Reviewer, this has been the Room of Randomness.